Hi you guys, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy. As usual, I feel the need to say we do DIYs and wood signs here and sometimes some hauls. If you are interested in that, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe because I can guarantee you a great crafting time. Did that just rhyme? I'm gonna have to go back and I'll just say that every time in the beginning because that was awesome. All right, you guys. So I am in my Halloween attire. This one says Sanderson Sisters Brewery. Love, 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 love. And we are going to be doing some Halloween crafts. Now, I know majority of you guys said that you like to see fall still, but I thought maybe instead of like spooky and scary like I did last time, that we'll do some farmhouse, more rustic, cutie Halloween decorations. So a lot of this stuff I'm trying to keep Dollar Tree, but there are going to be a couple that I just either thrifted or had around the house. So with that said, I hope you guys are excited for this video because I am, and I promise we will still continue to do some fall DIYs as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. DIY number one is here and she's cute. So cute. So we're taking a 1x4, some little clips, the glass candle holder jar thing. All right, anyways. So I'm just using white Waverly chalk paint, and I'm changing the channel because I did not like that Dollar Tree haul I was watching. That is what I do when I craft. So I am covering this. This is a Walmart brush, you guys. They are by FolkArt. They're like $4.97 for a 2-pack. I actually just got another pack yesterday because I use them all the time. And I will link them in the description box for you. Make sure you do both ends. I think I skip ahead and don't make you watch the other end. Now I'm taking about a 2-inch painter's tape, and I'm starting from the top, just that way I know I have a clean straight line to work with. Now when you guys do this, make sure you are rubbing your fingers at the line of your base. That way the tape goes into all the little grooves of the wood and you don't have bleeds. Then I ripped off a little tiny piece and just used that to see how much I needed to space my tape. And again, I'm going to rub. You'll see me like rub right there, and using my FolkArt Rich Black. This stuff, you guys, I've told you before, you only need one coat of it. This is like the blackest paint I've ever used, and I'm just shocked by like how full coverage it is. So we're going to do the bottom as well. And then you'll see when I pull this painter's tape off, I keep on wanting to call it something else. I don't know. Look at those crisp lines. I didn't have any bleeding. Yes. Okay. Love it. All right. So while that is drying, we're going to take one of our witch's hats. These are from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take Waverly pumpkin paint. You could use any colors you want, you guys. You could use acrylic paint, whatever it is. I just really love the tone of this orange. It's not too bright. Then with the twine that came with this pack, I am going to wrap it around our little witch's hat twice. But first I want you guys to watch me hold down the hot glue. So I was trying to make use of the twine that came with the pack of these, and I tried to do my finger bow with them quite a few times, but they were just too short. So I ended up just grabbing my Dollar Tree twine, making my finger bow. Y'all have seen me make this a bunch of times, but I will link my bow tutorial up above, as I always do. And we're gonna use our detail gun. Put that little bow on our witch's hat. She's cute. And then I am going to use a clothespin, and this is a smaller one. You can get these at Dollar Tree. You could get them at any craft store. You might just have them lying around. And I liked the look of the raw wood. Feel free to paint it. Remember, this is just for inspiration. Now, I spray painted my candlestick holder. I just think it's so much easier than doing the chalk paint. I've tried it before, and it takes like a lot of coats, and yeah. So I just spray painted it. So now I'm taking my E6000, which you guys, why don't they make these tubes easier? Because so I'm like trying to tube it like you do like toothpaste, and then it has a hole in the back, and I'm like, great, awesome. Okay, then I'm going to apply hot glue. We put the hot glue on because hot glue is going to give us the immediate hold here. And look at how cute the clothespin covers the hole. And you guys, you can use this for any season because you can just take off the witch's hat and change up your ribbon. Now, I don't know where I got this ribbon, you guys. A lot of like the skinnier ribbon I've had for years and years and years. So it's just kind of in my stash. But I'm going to tie that on there just to give it a little zhuzh. And yeah, I think this came out so darling. And I just love that we can switch this up. Like Christmas, Easter, I don't know. Okay, DIY number 2 is this Dollar Tree mason jar that we are going to make look awesome. So I'm going to start off by using this USA Freedom mason jar. I'm using heat. Thank y'all to my subscribers for letting me know about this trick. And save all of those because we can use those for Christmas DIYs. Do not worry if you ripped it because we're going to cover that up. So I take shipping paper. I don't know, you guys, if you watch my videos, you've probably seen me do this a couple times, but all we're going to do is trace this out and then we're going to cut it out. And you guys, this is just so much easier than trying to scrape all the glitter off, paint over it. Like this just gives it a nice clean look. So make sure you start from the top. We're going to place some hot glue on there. Now, when you go down to the bottom, you have to put one strip. Like you have to do one go at this or it's hard to do. Okay? I know I didn't explain that very well. Now clean up that glitter. Now we're going to cut all that excess shipping paper off. Now I'm using the Arteza paint for this, and you'll see at the top using just the right amount of paint. Then I go to the bottom and I had just obviously squeezed it on, and you can tell that I just oversaturated this. I used way too much paint, and you'll see when I am done and I let it dry, do you see the big glob like right in the middle where there is definitely way too much paint? So this tapers off at the end. This is a stencil from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use this ruler to give me a straight line on my measuring mat. Then I'm taking a makeup sponge, dipping it in the lid, and then coming over and just pouncing it. Now, a trick I did was, see how I kind of just pounced it on one spot? That's excess paint, and I'll just go back, dip in it, and then go again. And this actually was really easy to use. It didn't have a lot of bleeds or anything like that. I think using the makeup sponge helped as well. When you use a makeup sponge, just make sure not to press too hard or you will get bleeds. So look, that came out pretty good. Now I'm using my daubers. I just used these in a recent video, and I definitely think they're worth picking up because I've used them quite a few times in my videos now. And I'm going to go back into that Waverly Pumpkin Chalk Paint. Now make sure you guys, with the daubers, you have to fully coat them. And that's why I'm like daubing on a piece of paper, because I'm trying to make sure that I have a full circle and I'm not missing paint anywhere on the dauber. So as you can see, I'm like kind of rolling the sides of it, and I finally got my circle. So now I'm just going to put some little polka dots on our mason jar. So cute. I love me some polka dots for sure. I just think it makes it it adds just a little girliness to it, I think. All right, then we want to make sure we have those little shadows up top so we know it's a mason jar. So I just took the Dollar Tree paintbrush in white Waverly paints, and she good to go. All right, now I'm taking the jack-o'-lantern. You guys, I always pick at least 2 packs of these little wood cutouts up because possibilities of using them are just endless. So again, with the same orange, and again, you can use whatever colors you want. You could use acrylic paint, you could use spray paint, you could use a purple paint, doesn't matter. Then I'm going in with the smaller dauber and adding polka dots to her as well. And I love it. I think it just added what I needed to this piece for sure. So the string that came with it, we're just reusing it. I love when the twine has those little plastic parts on the ends of them. Ugh, this makes it so much easier. Now I'm taking some Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm going to be cutting the wire off the sides of both of them because I don't want this stiff because I'm going to be tying it in a knot, and because I'm not using the whole like strip of ribbon, we are going to be cutting this down into thin strips. I think I cut like about 5 strips out of one, but you guys can make these strips thick, thin, I mean, whatever you want. You could leave the wire on if you want. I just thought this was a lot easier to like wrap around the mason jar, and I just liked all the different pieces. I don't know. So I cut this to 21 inches long. I definitely think it would have been, if I would have cut it to like 22 inches, it would have been like the perfect length. So then I'm going to grab some twine from the Dollar Tree, and we are going to cut those off. All right, now let's wrap it around our mason jar. At first I thought, all right, let's wrap it to the left. But my stencil was higher up, and on the left side, we have the chimney, we have the ghost, we have like the peak of the roof. So my pumpkin was covering it. But I was adamant that we were going to use this pumpkin. Like, I did not polka dot this pumpkin for nothing. She needed to be seen, and I was going to make it work. So we're going to untie it. We're going to move it to the right. We're going to tie this up tight. All I did was tie a knot, didn't tie it in a bow or anything like that. And then she works, okay? Then I put her on. All I'm going to do is take some of the twine that's already on there, tie it in a knot, and she covers one of like the ghost or whatever, but I don't care because you have all of the detail to the left of the pumpkin too. So I don't know. I think it needed it. What do you guys think? I couldn't leave her plain. Okay, this is a bonus DIY, you guys. I've been throwing these in because they're so easy. So I found this card at Dollar Tree in the 2 for $1 section. And then this frame, look at her. Both of these look so high end. Now the picture wasn't going to fit in the frame because it was a 4x6. So all I did was cut her down. I'm going to hot glue it because I do not want to cut any of this image off, and I am just gluing it to the top. And look at how gorgeous and high end this looks. Yes. Okay, you're welcome. And hey boo, aren't these girls fabulous? Okay, so I got these rounds from Dollar Tree, ghosts from Dollar Tree. Whenever I see these rounds at the Dollar Tree, I grab a bunch of them because they could be used for so many things. So doing it again, taking our shipping paper, we're gonna trace it, cut it out, stick it to the back because we do not want to see that flamingo. And there we go. So you guys, when taking the sticker off the back, I use the heat gun to do that. Now, when you're using heat, it's getting the adhesive sticky again. So sometimes it'll leave that adhesive on your board. Now, I used to go in with a sanding block or thing, whatever, but then I just learned that just rubbing it balls up that glue and it comes off so much nicer. So there you go. So I went back to my rich black from FolkArt using my synthetic apple barrel brush, which is amazing. And it's a 3-pack for $2.47 at Walmart. Okay, talk about a deal. They apply paint so smoothly. So we're gonna let that dry. Then I'm just taking white apple barrel acrylic paint, and we're going to paint all 3 of our ghosts the same color. You like how I'm just like dipping in on the other one, putting it on the other one. I don't know. I think I was just lazy this day and didn't want to grab any kind of plate or I don't know. Then I take Waverly Antique Wax and I'm just dry brushing. As you can see, I did not dip back into the paint. I am just dipping into the little bit of paint that I put on my paper. And look at the depth that added. You guys like that? I used one of the words you guys suggested. All right. And of course, hello, we're doing another finger bow. I just like the finger bows because it's a classic bow. It's super easy to make and it comes out flawless every single time. So look at how cute this, it looks like she's wearing a little bandana. Like she is adorable. I'm obsessed with them. So I do that with all three of them. Now I'm going to lay them out because I need to know how much room I'm going to have for my stencil or my decal, and then how much room I'm going to have for my bow on top. So I just play around with the placement of them, and then we're going to hot glue them on. Now I use my bigger hot glue gun for things like this because it disperses more hot glue. The detailed gun, I would have to keep pressing the trigger and the glue would be drying at the same time. So I always step it up to the big one when I'm doing things like this. And they went on super easy. And now we're gonna go, and I believe we are going to make a bow next. Oh no, we are going to use the twine that came with our ghosts, and we are going to tie that, and this is going to be our hanger. And I like how skinny the twine is because you can't really see it, which is awesome. Okay, super cute. All right, so this is my bag of like leftover stuff that doesn't fit like on its roll anymore. So that's what I do. That's how I keep them stored. So I decided on this ribbon, and this is the ribbon from Walmart's like fall collection stuff. So I'm going to take this and we are going to make the same exact bow that we did in my previous tutorial. I am cutting little dovetails in there. We are going to wrap this up, hot glue the ends together using the detailed gun. Then I'm going to fold her in half to find her middle point. And then we're going to put both of them together and create our bow. Put hot glue in the middle of the front of it. And then once that dries, we're going to turn it around, place some hot glue in the back of it. And then I tried, you guys, like the orange ribbon that I used on the ghost. I tried the black and white ribbon, and I ended up I ended up choosing the twine. You can't go wrong with it, you know? So decided to place in the middle. What I love about this is you know where the middle is because there's a hole right there to tell you. So you can't go wrong here, ladies, okay? And now I created this decal on my Cricut, and look at how cute it is. Okay, so cute. You guys can use like handwritten like cursive for this. You can use like the wood little letters from Dollar Tree for Hey Boo. I'm pretty sure they would fit there too. They probably wouldn't be as big, but would still make a nice statement. So you guys, wasn't she cute? Okay, so this one, I actually picked this frame up at a thrift store like when we first moved to Kansas, and it's been in my basement forever. And we are going to use some of these metal signs and then actually this like foil adhesive like jack-o'-lantern thing I got from Dollar Tree. So you guys, this thing is so old, okay? Let me see if I could come in, sit down, relax, and converse. Our house doesn't always look like this. Sometimes it's even worse. Jones, 1986. And this literally looks like it was drawn with like a pen and colored in. If you are a Jones and you want this, comment down below. And the first person that comments that they want this, I will send it to them. Because I just think it's just so cool to have something handwritten. Okay, anyways, I tried painting the metal sign. This would have taken me like 3 coats to cover with paint. So instead of doing all 3 of those coats, I ended up taking it outside and spray painting it with matte black paint, okay? Then I use the Waverly Pumpkin, okay? So that's coat number 1, not covering anything. And I'm like, okay, this is coat 2 that I'm doing right now. And I'm like, this still isn't covering anything. I was like, I could either waste my time doing like 2 more coats, or I could just take her out and spray paint her. So that's what we're doing. So I took them outside spray painted the insert pumpkin. I think it's rustic orange, sorry, by Rust-Oleum, and then the flat black on the frame. Look at how dirty that was. Ugh, yikes. So, way better. Obviously, I did not paint the back of that. Oopsie. Okay, sorry, I just ran upstairs and now I'm all out of breath. Okay, look at how cute that looks. Look at the depth, the contours it gives the piece. Okay, so I just actually found this foil adhesive like this week at the Dollar Tree. I hadn't seen it before, and this dog, I swear, like, this is at the end of the night, and my husband wasn't home from work yet, and he will not, like, give in if you do not, like, he was done with me crafting, and he was like, okay, you need to get out of here now. I want love. So I put the black Beware on there, and I'm like, this does not stand out anymore. And I wish I would have waited, because only the Beware and the Spooky actually fit in that oval frame inside of it. So, I mean, like, you can see it, but like when it like hangs up, it just wasn't noticeable. So then I try out the Spooky, and look, right away, I'm like, yep, okay. So I get that adhesive foil. I just stick it right to the cardboard that it came in. And then I don't show it, sorry you guys, but I do hot glue the Spooky, obviously, to the adhesive. Now we're taking a break because now he's over it. He's over me crafting. So he decides to come sit on my chair. He will squeeze his big booty behind me and push me to the corner of my chair so he can sit down. Now I'm like, okay, dude, you got to go or I'm never going to be done, and then I can't cuddle with you. So then he gets all cuddly. He is the biggest baby, you guys. And I know you love seeing him, and I'm pretty sure he's like, I know I'm on camera, so I'm going to do this. What's weird is he doesn't do this with any of the chairs in the house. Like we have kitchen chairs upstairs, and he never does this. So I'm like, yes, okay, let's get all that hair off, and nope, nope, we're not done yet. Okay. Okay, you guys, back to the craft after we were rudely interrupted. So I put the silver Spooky on there, and it ended up turning out super good. Now, you guys, I think that you can do this with maybe like an 8x10 frame, and then they have, I don't know what they're called, the inserts or whatever, the white inserts, you know, that like frame it out. Let me know what they're called, but you could probably do it with something like that. So here's the outcome of all of our projects, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know a lot of people are still wanting fall DIYs, so I'm trying to mix it up and do a little bit of both. I absolutely loved how all of these turned out. I think they are very easy. A lot of it was Dollar Tree items, so hopefully it's stuff that you have in your stash. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these. Thank you so much, as always, for liking, for subscribing, for watching, and for commenting. Y'all know I love seeing your comments. I love them. I love responding to them. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great Monday. Hope you guys have a great week, and I will be seeing you back on Wood Sign Wednesday. Bye.